I realized that I don't think I've ever actually done a video introduction, or if I have, it's been a very long time, like years. So we're gonna do that today. I'm McKenna. I am primarily a photographer, but I love art and I do a lot of different kinds of art that I showcase on my page sometimes. In terms of photography, I always get asked how I started. Sometimes it's hard to respond because it feels like it's just always been a part of who I am, I guess. When I was in middle school, I picked up a point and shoot camera from my parents. I made my sister's model for me. We just went around my parents' yard and took a bunch of pictures. We had a bunch of different outfits laid out and we called it our photo shoot day. And this is something we started doing every summer when it was only the girls' home. And we looked forward to it, we planned for it, it was a lot of fun. Somehow it came up and we showed our parents the photos that we took and they looked at it and said, these are actually really good. And that's how I kind of got into photography. And then for Christmas one year, they got me a camera. I started taking pictures of my sisters more often, but then also my siblings in their sports. And my camera just became something that came along with me a lot. I actually remember I had an independent art class when I was in high school. We had to do a certain amount of projects throughout the year. And I remember asking my art teacher, would photography count as an art project? I think that's so funny now, but at the time, I didn't realize that it was something that I was like inherently good at, so I didn't really realize that there was this artistic side to it. I was in high school when I shot my first wedding. It was my cousin's wedding. She had seen the photo shoot day of me and my sisters and asked me to take photos of her wedding. And then from there, it just kind of picked up and I had a few more weddings. At the time, I looked at these giant weddings that I was photographing because I grew up in a small town and it was pretty common that felt like everybody from town was invited. I was like, this is not something that I want to do as my career. I was not interested in doing this regularly. It was too overwhelming to me. And then I realized that this whole other segment of the market existed of people who wanted something more intimate and wanted to do a wedding day out in nature. I've always loved to travel. And then being able to intersect those two pieces of myself, I realized that I found my niche and this is something that I could do for a career, and it was something that I actually loved. So that's how I got started in travel photography and doing elopements and intimate wedding days. It has allowed me to travel and experience life and experience all of these amazing moments with wonderful couples in a way that 10 years ago when I first picked up a camera, I would have never expected was possible. So that's my story. That's how I got started in photography and how I got to the point in my business where I am today. And I could not be more grateful. I love every single one of you that follow along and support me and hire me. I have the most amazing couples that I work with, and I am so, so grateful that this is my career.